in arriving home late this evening, later than usual, it's right now on to 2:20 a.m. And I can't explain it, but it was to my amazement, I stopped by a place in Southeast Mesa on Main Street, and after hitting that location, I stopped and took in what was something unbelievable. Unbelievable. So after seeing that in front of the building, I was dropped off and told my driver, yes, I did, you go home and come back and pick me up along about 12:30, between 12 and 12:15, 12:30. We agree on that, and by golly, I got to having such a good time that I just had to take a breather now and then, go over in the back, and I had laid my briefcase aside and had a wonderful lunch in it that I'd started at Village Inn after a long, exhausting day of nothing to eat. Was served the most fantastic omelet, I thought, but here showed up something special from the kitchen. I'm not going to go into that too much, but it was so much there that I couldn't eat it, and I wanted to get over the dance, so I took a cab over there for $5 after waiting considerable time, which most generally the man calls a cab for me and he's there pronto. Well, the discount, anyway, he briskly swung in there after being considerably late, and I got over to where I was going to do a little dancing and checking in on some of my friends that were from out of town. You think on that a moment now, because I've got to grab my senses. It's late. But I do want to cover this the day after taxation is due in this country. And they're working on City Mesa Council, trying to bring Mesa back to a state where it's a profitable situation. And that's pretty hard to budget that because the federal government is short on what their funding is. And, well, I want to close this in saying I came out. My little chauffeur lady was a little late in getting there, I thought, but I was a little confused because I had been dancing my legs off and amongst all these young people. And lo and behold, when I went out there and stood around a while, the lady told me there was a 21-year-old gal that was going to be her first night on the dance floor at this fine establishment. Policemen all over by that time. I didn't know why, but it's getting late. It's now, well, anyways, this lady says to me, I'll hold your jacket in that lunchbox if you just come in and sit down. And when that 21-year-old just let you be the first one to dance with her in this establishment. Well, I took her a bit around the floor, and it's getting late, and I'm going to add no more because it's getting close to probably about 3 minutes, and I like to hold it there. There were a few veterans. Meditate on that. I ask you people to pray for the veterans overseas and the widows that are home that have no one coming home to them. And please, Mesa Police Department, be a little more careful on spending the extra dollars. There were several cars sitting there and several men. And saying that, I'm not going to really criticize that, but